Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Shawa Harakakadash, double honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we go to be. Now, it's your brother Hawaii from GMS Chicago. Got a quick little lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who bear the shame of looking like heathens, who spirit bear witness that they're a child of the Heavenly Father, and the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world inwardly calls Jehovah God, and the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christos, or Yeshua, Yeshua, Yahweh. And pretty much this lesson is going in about the Shabbat, which is based off on the moon. You know what I'm saying? You know, Shabbat is just how you say it in Hebrew, the Shadabar and the Tha. You know what I'm saying? Shabbat. But then when it comes down to how people say it in English, it'll be considered the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? And then also, it also, with the Shabbat pertaining to the moon, you know what I'm saying? Uh, um, uh, with the Shabbat pertaining to the moon, or is based off the moon and stuff, meaning that means that or the moon phases, you know what I'm saying? Then that means that the Sabbath, you know what I'm saying, or the Shabbat, it doesn't come every Friday and Saturday. Now it can land on a Friday to Saturday, but it's not every single Friday and Saturday, you know. So this is Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. It says, and Alahayim, because when you go into that, it says Alahayim, you know, it says, and Alahayim said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from night. It says, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years, you know. It says, verse 15, it says, and let them be for lights in the firmament, meaning the sky of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. It says, and it was so. It says, and that's what it do. You know what I'm saying? The sun gives light in the daytime, and the moon gives light in the nighttime. It says, verse 16, and Alahayim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day. It says, and the lesser light to rule the night. It says, he made the stars also. Right? Verse 17, it says, in the Most High, it says, and Alahayim set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. It says, and to rule, right? So since there's two great lights, one for the day and one for the night, that also proves that the moon emits its own light. You know what I'm saying? To also prove that Esau has never landed on the moon. You know what I'm saying? You know, because there ain't no wind in outer space. You know, or would it be a shadow? You know what I'm saying? You know, they would have got burnt up. You know what I'm saying? So this also means that with the moon emitting its own light, that it's not the moon, the sun's light is not reflecting on the moon. That also proves that as well, that for that to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? It says verse 18, it says, and to rule over the day and over the night. It says, and to divide the light from the darkness. And Alahayim saw that it was good. Verse 19, it says, in the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And the reason why I read verse 19 is to prove that when the Sabbaths come in, you know what I'm saying, or to um, or when a day begins at evening. You know what I'm saying? You know, from evening to evening is a whole day. It's not vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says that Esau had changed the times, and part of the changing the times is saying that the morning. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, the morning is um, that's when the day begins. When really the day begins at sundown. You know what I'm saying? And then one day is sundown to sundown, not from sunrise to sunrise. You know. So this is Sirach chapter 43, verse verse 5. It says, or Sirach or Ecclesiastes in Apocrypha, chapter 43, verse 5. It says, great is the Lord, Yahweh that made it. It says, at his commandment runneth hastily. It says, he made the moon also to serve in her season, you know what I'm saying, for a declaration of times, you know what I'm saying. It says in a sign of the world. It says verse 7, it says from the moon it is the sign of feast. You know what I'm saying? A light that decreaseth in her perfection. Now it says a sign of feast, you know what I'm saying? And usually when it comes down to feast, you know what I'm saying, it'll be considered the holy days, you know what I'm saying? You know, and what's one of the holy days, the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have high holy days. You got certain holy days that are higher than other holy days. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you have the Jubilee. You know what I'm saying? Which at the 49 years. You know what I'm saying? In the 50th year. You know what I'm saying? If you had any debt and whatnot and stuff, you'll cease the debt. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that you won't be in debt no more. You know, you also have, you have three Sabbaths because it's 4 Sabbaths in a month. You got 3 Sabbaths and stuff where are just lower Sabbaths, but then you have the new moon Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? And the new moon is when the light of the moon is not emitting. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, in the sky, you can still see the moon. You know, if you got good eyes, you can still see the moon and stuff, but it doesn't emit its light. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to think about it. The moon has phases. You know what I'm saying? You got the time where the moon is not emitting any light, and then you'll have half moon that's lit. Then you'll have a full moon that's lit, and then you'll have another half of the moon that's lit, and then it goes back into a darkened moon. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that darkened moon is the new Shabbat. It's the new moon. It's a high holy day. You know what I'm saying? It says Sirach 43:8. It says the month is called after her name. It says increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument. It says being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. You know what I'm saying? You know. So it said after a month, you know what I'm saying? You know, moon means month. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is uh this is Judith chapter 8 verse 6. It says and she fasted all the days of her widowhood. It says saith the eves of the Sabbath. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? Because the Sabbath will come in the evening. You know what I'm saying? Sundown, right? It says say the eves of the Sabbath. It says and the Sabbaths. It says and the eves because it's two Sabbaths. You got the new moon and then you got the rest of the other three. It says, in the eves of the new moons, and the new moons and the feasts and solemn days of the house of Israel. You know, so this is Exodus. Nah, this is Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. It says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. It says 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. Right? It says verse 10. It says, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of Yahweh thy power. It says, in it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. You know what I'm saying? So, good with the Sabbath being a holy day, whether if it's a new moon or a regular Sabbath, you know what I'm saying? It's still holy days, but a new moon is a high holy day, and then the rest of the Sabbaths will be just regular Sabbaths. You know, uh, um, you're not supposed to do any work and stuff, but we underneath Esau is the one that's in rulership. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't keep the law, statutes, commandments. He actually do create laws and decrees and stuff that's against and contrary to the law, statutes, commandments. Because remember, he wants to keep Israel underneath subjection and stuff. And the only way to do that and stuff is that you got to cause the nation of Israel to go off. You know what I'm saying? And uh, to also further prove that that Esau are not the chosen people and stuff is because nobody's supposed to work on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? If they were considered the chosen, well, since they consider themselves the chosen, but they're not, it's really the Negroes, Latinos, and those all 12 tribes of Israel. They're the real chosen ones. If Esau Edom was the chosen one and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Then guess what? On the Shabbat, you ain't supposed to make anybody work, including yourself or or the Israelites. You're not supposed to cause them to work, but this is what he do. You know what I'm saying? Unrighteous decrees in Isaiah 10:1. You know, so you ain't supposed to work. That's why the you had you got the one guy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even though he probably didn't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? What he do? He picked up sticks on the Shabbat, and the Lord killed him. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's that serious. It's a day of rest. That's what Shabbat means. You know what I'm saying? It means rest, right? So verse 11, it says, for in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth. It says the sea. It says in all that. It says in all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. You know what I'm saying? Hallowed means to make it holy. Kodash. It's the Quadadan Asha Kodash, which pretty much means holy. Yeah, holy, hallow. You know what I'm saying? Consecrate, So this is Exodus 19 and verse 10, because there's also certain other things you ain't supposed to do on the Sabbath. If you weren't able to pick up sticks, you know what I'm saying, then guess what? You're not going to be able to work out. You know what I'm saying? You can't do no push-ups, no calisthenics. You can't lift no weights. You know what I'm saying? You should just supposed to chill. You know what I'm saying? It says, this is Exodus chapter 19, verse 10. It says, and the Lord said unto Moses, go unto the people. It says, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. Right? It says in verse 11, it says, and be ready against the third day. For the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. It says, and thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, take heed to yourselves that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mount shall be surely put to death. Because the only one that was able to come close to the Most High, you know what I'm saying, was Moses. It says, verse 13, it says, there shall not an hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned. It says, or shot through. It says, whether it be beast or man, it says, it shall not live. It says, when the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount, So these were strict orders that the Lord was giving unto Moses to give to the rest of the congregation of Israel. Verse 14, it says, and Moses went down from the mount unto the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. It says, and he said unto the people, be ready against the third day, come not at your wives. You know what I'm saying? Don't have sex, with your girls and whatnot and stuff, because they was going to be, they was going to be amongst the Lord, you know what I'm saying, So it's also the same way with the Sabbath when it's the Sabbath period. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the Sabbath and in a new moon, you're not supposed to have sex and stuff because you're supposed to keep it holy. So you're not supposed to be unclean. You know what I'm saying? You can read Leviticus the 15th chapter and stuff. If any seed a seed of compilation come from a man and stuff, you know what I'm saying? He is unclean. It'll be the same way if a woman hit a climax and stuff. You know what I'm saying? She squirted and stuff. Discharge and whatnot and stuff. And she finally get to that point and whatnot and stuff. She also got to wash herself. You know what I'm saying? You know. So this is now there's other high holy days and stuff. I mean, there are other holy days and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's other holy days and stuff. And one high holy day that come to mind, well, you can have sex on, but when it come down to the Sabbath and stuff, you're not supposed to have sex. Like when it come down to the Day of Atonement and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're fasting. And you're not supposed to be having sex when it comes down to a fast, because you're dedicating your time and effort onto the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You're just in the scriptures, or you're doing something spiritual and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You're putting away the desires of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? When you fast, and on the Day of Atonement, it's an entire day. You know what I'm saying, that you fast. You know, and you just think about your sins and looking for forgiveness and prayer and whatnot and stuff. That's the day that you don't have sex on. That's a high holy day that you're not supposed to have sex. Now, the Passover and stuff is it starts off on the Shabbat and it ends on the Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? In those 2 days of the Shabbat and stuff within the 7 completely, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to have sex on because it's the Sabbath. But then in the midst, you know what I'm saying, of those other days that make up the 7, you can't have sex because it doesn't land on the Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? And when it come down to the Shabbat, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna always be like okay, like how you people think. You know what I'm saying? The Shabbat lands on Friday to Saturday. It could be Tuesday to Wednesday. It could be Monday to Tuesday. It could be Saturday to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Sunday to Monday and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is how the Shabbats roll. You know what I'm saying? And with the moon having a constant sequence of changing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? At the It can always land on another day. So now when it come down to Shabbat, meaning a new moon, which is the beginning of the month, you know what I'm saying? Say if it landed Thursday to Friday, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be Thursday night to Friday night. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be an entire day, and then the moon goes through its phases and stuff. Now, there's four Shabbats in a month, you know what I'm saying? So next week, for Thursday to Friday, it's going to be a Sabbath. The third week is going to be Thursday to Friday. It's going to be a Sabbath, and then the fourth week is going to be Thursday to Saturday and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then the new moon, whenever it comes in and stuff, sometimes it'd be another day. Sometimes it'd be right back. It'd be back to back. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be back to back. Then uh, uh, right. So if it's back to back and stuff, you know what I'm saying? If it's the fourth week in a month, and it'd be Thursday to Friday, and say it's back to back, meaning the new moon comes in after that fourth Sabbath and stuff to start the beginning of a new month, then it'll be Thursday to Friday, Thursday night to Friday night, you know what I'm saying, and then Friday night to Saturday night, you know what I'm saying, and that's how it go, you know. So this is Exodus chapter 31, starting at verse 12. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily, my Sabbaths ye shall keep. It says, For it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations. It says, That ye may know that I am the Lord that doeth sanctify you. It says, Ye shall keep the Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you. It says, Every one that defileth it shall surely be put to death," right? So the word defile is the word halal. It's a chadalah and Allah halal, which means to wound. You know what I'm saying? Or it says to bore, that is by implication to wound. You know what I'm saying? To pretty much do something that's contrary to keeping it holy. It says to dissolve, figuratively to profane a person, place, or thing. It says to break. It says, and what the Lord commanded us to do, He says to keep the Sabbath holy. You know what I'm saying? So defiling it will be breaking it, not keeping the Sabbath holy. I actually want to get this word. Just the word profane. It says, late 14th century from old French profanaire. It says indirectly by Latin it says desecrate. It says render unholy, violate. So you'll be violating. It's a if you do something unholy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or even something that's lawful, but yet it will cause you to be unclean and stuff on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? You'll be violating. You'll be in violation and stuff of not keeping the Sabbath holy. You know what I'm saying? Also, when it come down to smoking. If you smoking, you're not supposed to be smoking at all. You ain't, smoking weed, black and miles, cigarettes, or cigars or cigarillos and whatnot and stuff. Or even you wrap it up, you take the tobacco from the green bag and then wrap it up in the top paper and stuff and smoking and whatnot. You're not supposed to smoke on a Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to kindle a fire on the Sabbath. Also you're not supposed to cook on the Sabbath. But once again, if you get a job and you a cook, you know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 then that's something else. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it says unholy, not consecrated. You know what I'm saying? Um, Profane adjective. It says unecclesiastical, secular. It says unholy, not consecrated, according to the Barnhart from Profano. It says not admitted into the temple. It says literally out in front of the temple. It says from before, forward, hence in front of, before, and it says temple. Um, Outside the temple. You know, it says sense of unholy, polluted. So if you defile the Sabbath, you know what I'm saying, then you going off. It says for whosoever doeth any, well, back in verse 14, it says ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore. It says for it is holy unto you. Every one that defileth it shall surely be put to death. It says for whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. And with us not being being in the kingdom and stuff, there's going to be certain days if you're working where you're going to be lucky enough to be off on the Shabbat, you know what I'm saying? And then you're going to have, majority of your days is going to be where you're going to have to work on the Shabbat, you know what I'm saying? Now, the Lord, even though this is a commandment and stuff, the thing is that the Lord knows that we in captivity, you know what I'm saying? And this is a captivity where we weren't able to keep our laws, you know what I'm saying, right? So verse 15, it says 6 days may it's 6 days. It says 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest. It says holy to the Lord. It says whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, it says he shall surely be put to death. It says wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant. It says it is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. You know what I'm saying? So the Sabbath is still, something that you're supposed to keep. You know what I'm saying? Or take serious. You know what I'm saying? Even a new moon. So I want to grab this. I want to show you this. and this is pretty much how it goes. You got the lunar calendar and stuff, when it comes down to Iskar, and you got a lot of these apps and stuff, and when it come down to these apps, you still gotta be, you gotta know, how it goes and whatnot and stuff because sometimes the apps can be off. You know what I'm saying? So the moon has different phases and stuff, and this is how the moon emits light. You know what I'm saying? When you see a new moon, it has no light. You know what I'm saying? Illumination zero, right? Let me go back. We got a full moon. Full moon is completely illuminated, 100%. You know what I'm saying? But this is a phase, and usually when you see the full moon and stuff, uh, it's the third Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? It's the third week. You know what I'm saying? You know. So when you see the Salaki, when you see the new moon, that's the beginning of the month. You know what I'm saying, right? And you see how it's on Saturday, but it'll be Saturday. Well, let me go to the old. This is so the Sabbath that's in effect now, you know what I'm saying, is Friday to Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So the new moon was Friday, Saturday, and we understand back into the Genesis 1 and 19 and stuff, it's evening to morning. So the day starts from evening. You know what I'm saying? So it's evening to evening. So it was Friday evening to Saturday evening, right? So then when the next Friday came, it was on the 23rd, it was Friday to Saturday. You know what I'm saying? But you see how it's a half a moon, right? And then the third week, 30th to 30 to the 31st, you know what I'm saying? It's still Friday to Saturday, and it's a full moon, right? So then the last one before the next new moon and stuff would be Friday to Saturday, and then it's the other half of the moon. You know what I'm saying? And then the new moon comes in. It'll be Friday to Saturday, and this would look like it would be a double Shabbat. It'll be Friday to Saturday and stuff, evening. But then by evening of Saturday and stuff, it will become. It will also be a Sabbath again and stuff. But now the days have changed. Where the new moon started a new month, it would be not Friday and Saturday, it would be Saturday to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And then once again, Sunday to Saturday, the 21st and the 22nd and stuff, it would be a half moon on the right side, right? You know, and then from the 28th to the 29th, it will be a full moon, right? But it will be Saturday Saturday to sun, like it's Saturday to Sunday sundown. You know what I'm saying? And then if you can see it and stuff, I'll make it a little brighter. If you can see it, uh, uh, by the fifth, it'll be Saturday to Sunday, and then that'll be a half moon. You know what I'm saying? And then uh, uh, by December, by December 12th, imagine that, by December 12th to the 13th, it's gonna be Saturday to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why the moon has different phases. The crescent moon, half a moon, whole full moon. You know what I'm saying? New moon. The reason why these phases are here is to show you the time. You know what I'm saying? And then also the times of seasons and feasts. You know what I'm saying? And by these different by the different times of where you can see the moon, Salakia, by the different times where you can see the moon and stuff in its different faces, lets you know when the Sabbath is. And then if you already know that the Sabbath starts from evening to evening, you know what I'm saying, that means that when this day come and it's before the evening is, you know what I'm saying, you could do whatever it is that you want to do and stuff. But then when the Sabbath come, you got to be about business. You know what I'm saying? And you could chill, you could watch a movie. You know what I'm saying? You can eat and drink and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna buy some food and stuff, it'll be better for you to get it early. You know what I'm saying? Just don't cook. Just try to cook before the Sabbath, where you ain't cooking on the Sabbath. Um, no smoking, no having sex, saying, no lifting weights. If you got to work and stuff, that's not your fault. But if you had the power and stuff, like if you one of those people where you deal with app jobs and whatnot and stuff, uh, uh, um, where you deal with app jobs and stuff, and you your own boss and stuff, well, guess what? You can't work on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? You can't work at all. You know what I'm saying? And don't put yourself in a predicament and stuff where it's like, man, I gotta, get some rent, or you got a unexpected bill and stuff. The time frame is short and whatnot and stuff, and it's like, man, I'm gonna have to work on the Sabbath and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in that predicament. You know. So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahshua, HaRachakodash, double honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which you hope to be. Shalom, wa ba ba ba.